Can't get the camera to flip. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. I'm here at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary and Real-Time Rescue. Sorry for the camera angle. I can't get it to flip right now, but we see Elliot and Rapunzel having a little quality time together. If you've tuned in before, you know Rapunzel is our sassy girl, but she, like everybody else, does need to be brushed, and usually she won't even really let us do it, but she was letting Elliot get her a little bit over the fence. Excuse me, allergies this morning. So I titled this live stream April Showers, bring updates and a loss. We did lose our sweet Kiki this last week. I think I'm gonna just head over and get a drink of water real quick. Sorry, my throat's so dry. Then we'll go back to seeing everybody. But so Kiki is our hen who's been battling, they think, cancer for a little while. And she had that wound that just wasn't healing properly. So after several weeks of being treated, having daily baths and, debriding and wound care, special feeding and everything like that, everyone was in agreement that she should be helped to cross the Rainbow Bridge by being euthanized. And the day before her vet appointment, she passed away. So, of course, well, hi, Pretzel. Pretzel needs her 15 minutes of fame this morning. Good morning. I'll be right back. I need a drink of water. So, of course, it's always so sad when we have to say goodbye. But on one hand, it's almost a positive thing because, her little body was definitely ready. And that's why she, her body couldn't even wait that extra day. She was done. She was ready. She had a wonderful life. Even before she came here, she had a family and she just, that's better. Got a drink now. She just, unfortunately, it was her time. She was, I think, around 9 years old, which is fairly old for a hen. So that was a sad loss that we had this week. Hi, everybody. Oh, you know what? I need to grab a handful of cat food for Stan. Some of our other updates. I know you guys saw the live stream this week with Karen when everybody was getting their hooves trimmed and things like that. So Gibby, our OG, the oldest, the first goat that was ever rescued here, he has been having a hard time lately. He's outlived his natural lifespan, and he now has been having a few more issues. That's the guy who we sometimes say he's part cat because it seems as though he has 9 lives. There have been several times over the last few years where we all think, I think Gibby is at the end of his life. Let's rally around him. Let's tell him goodbye and we love him. And then he bounces back. He's even had emergency life-saving surgery. And, he's such a hard, such a hard, strong-willed little trooper. All right, here we're going to get some cat food to Stan real quick. So I can open this. But of course, there's only so much a body can handle. He's lost about 20 pounds, I believe it was, over the last year. So he is looking skinny, and we've had him on palliative care for probably almost 2 years now. That he's been on steroids and as well as other medications. But steroids aren't meant to be long-term because they are hard on the body. Unfortunately, though, at this point, it's more of a quality of life thing. It's like, yes, steroids might not be the healthiest medication ever. However, if it's going to help him live a good quality of life, then we are going to give that to him. Huh, Mr. Gibby? Let's see how he's doing on his food this morning. Oh, you moved your little nose. Got some girls trying to squeeze in here. You want to pinch their noses in the gate. Hey, Gibby. The star of the show, the star of every day. You can just see how, skinny he is, and his body type is a little bit more spindly and skinny looking than some of the other goat body types. However, it is getting clear that he's in those stages of his life where he's not as interested in food and he has more of a difficult time eating. Let's see, even just a few weeks ago, this bowl would have been empty by now. He did have banana, sweet potatoes, blueberries, a couple carrots, in addition to all of these grass pellets in here. We've even been advised by our vet to switch to some alfalfa pellets, which normally you're not supposed to give male goats. Wethers, you're not supposed to give alfalfa because it can cause urinary blockages and it can be very dangerous but for them. However, because it is higher in protein and because he is so skinny and having a hard time, and he actually does have high protein in his blood right now, he could benefit from the higher protein hay. So he is going to be switched over to those from these grass pellets. They're on order. It just takes a little bit for them to come in. It's not something we could find locally. Another thing is that we know his teeth are bothering him. He's having a hard time chewing his hay. He doesn't even really chew hay at all at this point. But unfortunately, the only way for us to, get him teeth care, for them to be able to go in and maybe file his teeth down or, really check out what's going on, he would need to be sedated. And unfortunately, it wouldn't be safe for him to be sedated. There's a chance he would not wake up from that. It's just too risky. So instead, we're just accommodating his diet by getting these pellets. And in addition to a few crunchy carrots, we do give him soft food, like the sweet potatoes and potatoes that I mentioned. Those are cooked, and we keep a stash of bananas. And Karen picked up a bunch of romaine this week that we'll be able to, use on the warmer days for him to get keep some moisture in his body. But yeah, he's in good spirits, still being super affectionate, and he wants to be out and about. For a few days, he was staying in the stall just to make sure that he wasn't about to fall over or anything. But now he was able to be outside all day yesterday since Michelle was home. We just wanted him to be monitored, and I'm not sure yet if someone's going to be home all day to be able to check on him. So at this point, I'll be keeping him in the stall this morning, and then if someone's going to be home, he can come out, and that way we know that, if he does get bumped or anything, someone will be able to come check on him and help him up if he needs it. See, look at this. Look at him just giving me a little massage. He's just so sweet. He's the bestest boy, Mr. Gibby here. He is a La Mancha goat, and we just love him to pieces. He's just an old man. We all get old, unfortunately. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else to update about this morning before we walk around saying hi to some friends. Oh, you're so good. You're so sweet, buddy. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this stall. We got Mr. Chico over here. He had one of his horns filed down the other day when the vet was here. You probably might have seen that. If not, just check out our last live stream. It's a longer one because Karen did, make almost the entire vet appointment available, and with all these different animals, it was a long appointment. But yeah, so he needed to have one of his horns filed down because unfortunately he was dehorned before he came here, but the people that did it, they kind of botched it. Oh, good boy, eat some more, buddy. And because they kind of botched his dehorning, it causes him pain. And I'll try to get a little closer. He's skittish, so sometimes he runs away. But you can see the one horn is kind of sticking up, and the other one curls back. And the one that curls back, it actually starts to curl into his head, pressing into his head, his skin, his skull. And so obviously we can't let that just keep growing because it would eventually press all the way through or cause, horrible pain, abscesses, who knows. So every once in a while, it does need to get filed down. At this point, the filing down doesn't cause him pain, but it does agitate him a little bit. So he got a little bit of a sedative just to kind of chill him out while that was happening. Mr. Albert and Thomas, who is way down at the other end. Maybe I'll go see him. Maybe you guys stay. I'll be back in a minute. And they are both getting their first shearing of the year this week on Tuesday. So in the middle of summer here, we do have to get them sheared, every 6 weeks. because it does get very hot here. We are in Arizona here in America. I know we have sometimes people that are viewing from all over the world, but we're part of the Sonoran Desert, and it gets extremely hot here. I should have looked up the conversion to Celsius before I live streamed today, but I wasn't thinking about talking about the weather. But it can get, 110 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit here, and that's obviously very, very hard on everybody. Peanut, a little booty scritch here. There's Mr. Thomas. So as I was saying, when it's so hot, they do need to be sheared very frequently, but all winter and this early part of spring, since it's still been having some cool nights and everything, and it's not hot yet. They've just been growing their floof out. They're looking extra cute with all that floof, huh, Swerte? But as I mentioned, we are, even this upcoming week, we're going to be seeing some 90-degree days. So it's that time when we've got to get them looking sleek again. And actually, Thomas doesn't need to get sheared every 6 weeks because as a Dorper sheep, he is part wool, but he also has part hair. So it's a lot slower to grow. So he doesn't really need to get sheared as often as Albert does. It just depends on how soon and the timing of when we can get in to see our amazing sheep shearer. So let's see, we got Miss Norma Jean and Nala already got their brushing. I'm sure they would have appreciated a whole bunch more. Yes, pretty girl. Pretty girl. We got a little Chicola over here. Oh, you peeking? You peeking? You want to say hi to everybody? Miss Chicola, the little baby, the youngest goat we have here. Oh, she just turned 2 last month. Oh, look at her. She's just so cute. That is Chico and Peanuts, baby. Got Mr. Gilbert. We did have a couple medication updates other than Gibby starting his different diet and everything. We also have started giving Princess Buttercup some meloxicam because she has been getting kind of stuck. Her arthritis is advancing. And so in addition to her liquid glucosamine and CBD drops, she also gets some of that. Hi, Zoe. Zoe's our oldest turkey. Hi, I know I would love to try to sneak you some food, but I can't do that because you don't hop down on the field. Normally she hops down over on the bird side because the turkeys kind of roost up in this big pine tree and also on the fence along here. And then in the morning, once the sun comes up, she'll usually hop down onto the side with all the chickens. But she hopped into the field today, so I can't really sneak her any food because everybody loves bird food. They will all come over and try to steal it if I tried to give her anything. So I think that is pretty much what we have to update everybody on. So I just wanted to thank you for tuning in. If you feel so inclined, we do have a few different ways to support us listed in the description box. We have links to our Morse code bracelets, our Patreon account where you could, sponsor an animal. We also have our Facebook listed and Instagram, so you can see more of our shenanigans and be kept in the loop more often since we post in there on those pages pretty frequently. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if there's any, video ideas or questions you have, feel free to leave a comment down below for myself or Karen or anybody else. And maybe we can get some requested videos going, or if there was a certain animal that maybe you wanted to know their story, or if we haven't touched on that we would love to answer any questions that you may have. See if we can get a little tail wag action before we sign off here. No, you're not gonna wag it? Look at all this shedding she's doing. You need to go pick up the brushes again. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Look forward to talking to you next. Have a great day.